So today's video and today's tutorial, it is second part of sketching Undertaker. If you haven't seen part 1, the link is in the description box, or you can also check out my channel where the first part is uploaded. So we are going to focus on this second tutorial of Undertaker in a remaining part of face, where the darker parts are going on, and the beard is also going on, which is the golden part or golden color. Then right shoulder, where the cloth and ornaments are of Undertaker. We are going to focus on this type of different things. So before we start this tutorial, my only goal, as I always say, that I want to share my art and art to every single person who loves art and who doesn't love art also. So share this tutorial so everyone should know this. And today's like goal will be 10. So subscribe, share and comment how much you will rate my tutorial. So if you want to see the real-time sketch where I have uploaded a complete 13 or 14 hours of every tutorial that I upload in this channel, where you should see where I uploaded how I use smaller parts, how I apply pressure, how I use eraser, everything in real time, and I have uploaded that real-time sketch on my second channel, which is Shwet Sketches 2.0. The link will be on the description box. So if you are so many people told me that which tools I should use, which tools are helpful, which tools are premium and these things. But if you want to buy what type of tools and different type of tools that I use, you can check out the links on my description box. Every tools and products I have used for my sketching, those are so cheap and so easily available. You can check out and buy them. So before we start this tutorial, as a main thing or the skin thing, we are going to focus on the structure of face. So structure of Undertaker face is layer bit rectangle and straight, also not oval and this type of thing, but layer bit rectangle. So you should focus that his neck part is layer bit more bigger as compared to face, but in real that is straight, right? But for the particular photo that I am using, the cloth is just overshadowing the face, or what I mean about saying overshadow is that the cap that Undertaker is wearing is just overshadowing the face, and the face is inside the cloth or the cap. So of course the darker sides will be on the face part. So you should focus, or you should know where the light source is. So light source is on the front side, upper side and different type of angles, as this is the photo shoot of WWE 2K22's game. So many photo shoots and so many good pictures of Undertakers are there, but for this particular tutorial, light source are everywhere. So of course the face of Undertaker is inside the cap, right? So of course shadows will be there. So to make those shadows, I recommend that use graphite pencils. And as I always say, that for skin texture or skin related part, never leave base layer. A building will break easily, or the foundation of building will break easily if the base layer is not good. And to make the base layer, as I always say, that use H pencil or H graphite pencil. It will be helpful for you all. So to make the base layer using H pencil and using charcoal pencil as a charcoal powder is also useful thing. If you want to use a charcoal powder to make skin texture, you can use them. But I recommend that if you are going for a smaller sketches, like this particular face of Undertaker is just 6 or 5 boxes. So to make a particular face in just these smaller parts is not easy, and to apply so many details in this shorter place, it is not easy, right? So to make those smaller parts, I recommend that use graphite pencils. So always make base layer, and is the helpful thing. Now for the particular portrait of Undertaker, his skin tone is little bit lighter, but the light source is not directly on the face, right? So of course the artificial lights are making those skin texture and highlights on the faces. So to make those parts look more realistic, you have to go for base layer, first layer, third layer. As we have discussed in previous parts also, that use your shading techniques to make your sketches look beautiful. Your sketches will allow yourself or your sketches to make more and more details and more realistic looks. If you make details while making skin, for example skin textures or pores, or apply to your sketches, or if you apply those smaller details to your sketches, most of the time reference picture don't have any details, or the face looks completely flat. So for this particular tutorial of Undertaker, there are so many details. The face is not completely flat. Flat things comes when you are making commission artworks, or someone just took picture from somewhere else, or if for an example, I take a picture of my sister or someone and just tell some artist that make this picture or make it into a artistic way or portraits. So mobile pictures are not completely detailed, as they are not clicked by a more DSLR or more bigger camera lenses. So of course not so much of details are visible. So if you don't see details, I recommend that don't apply details, because if you are beginner or intermediate, if you are just starting and you don't have skills and don't have so much knowledge of where the skin texture is going on, where the small pores are going on, where you have to apply smaller pencils and where to use shades, I recommend that just learn your skills first. So many artists I see nowadays, they make face completely flat. Their shading techniques, their different type of techniques are so much beautiful, but they just make face flat and the sketch will look too beautiful, but it is not realistic. So many people make these mistakes nowadays. As an artist, they just see bigger artists and just they just start copying them, but they don't know that for making those particular 5-minute time lapses, those artists have given more than 50 to 100 hours to make those sketches. They just have edited that into a time lapse video. So you should focus as a beginner or intermediate artist on starting of a skill, then shading, then face structure and this type of techniques, and then you should focus on more advanced values. So directly going for realistic technique or realistic sketches is not practically possible, because you should know where the skin texture and different type of details are going on. So now to make a cloth or the things that a cloak or something that Undertaker is wearing, it's too beautiful, but to make those so small details, you should know where the details are. So to see those details, you have to zoom out your pictures, right? And to zoom out your pictures, you should use a mobile or laptop or anything you have. I don't recommend laptop right now, but everyone have a mobile on their hands, right? So you should use a third-party applications like PixArt or anything. It will allow you to zoom out your pictures. Your gallery application will not allow you to zoom out your pictures, right? So I also see so many artists make these mistakes. Again, I say mistake because they just print out the pictures that they are making, and to zoom out your pictures or the printout is not you are not able to zoom out those pictures, right? So use your mobiles. I have just uploaded a complete tutorial how to use mobile, how to make grids on mobile, everything that you want, 3 to 4 steps, proper steps, easy steps. So you can check out those videos on my channel. Those are so many useful. There are so many useful things I have said in those videos. You can check out that also. And I also say that those videos I recommend highly, because those are the basics, and basics is everything for making any sketch look more beautiful or realistic. So don't lose basics. And now to make the clothes of Undertaker, I recommend that zoom out your picture so that you see so many details. Now to make those so many smaller details, I recommend that you start using a hard charcoal pencil. Sharpen your charcoal pencil. And so many people also told me that they don't know how to sharpen charcoal pencils. The main difference between charcoal pencil and graphite pencil is that graphites are so much stronger as a powder as compared to charcoal pencils, and if you are going to use the same sharpener to sharpen your charcoal pencil, it will break easily. So I have uploaded a complete tutorial, so you can check out how to sharpen charcoal pencil on my channel also. So next time you make 10 to 14 or 15 or 20 strokes on your sketches, just sharpen your pencil. So again, now to start making details, you should use a hard charcoal pencil as a base layer. Make outlines. Outlines are most important if you are going for ornaments or clothes. Those are having so many smaller details. This particular cloth of Undertaker having so many details that you have to keep on focusing on those smaller lines, so many smaller details are there. To make those parts, just use a sharpened hard charcoal pencil, apply those outlines, and then again use hard charcoal pencil for the only parts which look little bit lighter or more up to mid-tone, not completely darker but up to mid-tone. you should see that where highlights and darker parts are going on. And so many people asked me that what the highlights and shadows and this type of things. If the part it is completely exposed to light, or the artificial lights or sun is directly coming on the some parts of the face or clothes or anything, it will make highlights or so many lighter parts. But the backside part, like the shadow of yourself, if you will focus that if you are going outside on the sun, you have shadows on an opposite side of sun where the light is going on. So same thing will be applied here also. If light source is directly on a particular part of cloth of someone, then of course shadows will be on the opposite side. But as we can see that the cloth or the cap that Undertaker is wearing is directly exposed to light, right? So above part or the clap or the above part of Undertaker where the head was is where he is wearing cap, and it is more lighter as compared to different part of clothes or downside part of clothes. And the reason is simple, that light source is directly on those parts. So focus on those parts and then again use a lighter to darker part thing. So start with a hard charcoal pencil, make those smaller details and shade it using a hard charcoal pencil. If your pencil point is a little bit flat, then again sharpen your charcoal pencil and just make a base layer using hard charcoal pencil. Don't apply so much pressure. Then again use a medium charcoal pencil which is a little bit darker on the only parts which look a little bit more darker, and blend it using a makeup brush. I don't recommend that you use blending some. Use makeup brushes and blend them, and we are going to focus on every single parts of cloth, and we will make smaller details in part 3. So bye bye.
So that was all for this tutorial. If you have learned something from this video, subscribe and drop a like. And comment down your question and queries regarding this tutorial. Meanwhile, take care of your loved ones too. Have an artistic day. Tattoos.